Hello, my name is Aiden Soto, and what comes to mind when I say the name Bad Religion? Maybe the clothing brand True Religion. But no, Bad Religion is not a clothing brand. They're a band and wouldn't be a thing without their frontman, Greg Graffin. Today, I want to talk about the early life of Greg Graffin and why he is so well known for the things he did growing up. Greg Graffin and his band Bad Religion are the forefathers of the punk scene in Los Angeles, and their sound influenced so many bands to even till this day. Today, I will talk about the early life of Greg Graffin and some of his awards and education that he's received over the years. So first of all, before we talk about the present, I want to talk about where everything started, his early life. He was born in November 6th, 1964 in Madison, Wisconsin. But soon after, a little bit later, he moved to California because his parents were sadly getting a divorce. From the website Khalid.com, Greg grew up with his brother Grant Graffin and his mom Marcella Graffin. When Greg was only 15, he and a couple of his classmates came together to create the band Bad Religion. According to the Forbes website, Greg went to El Camino High School, where he met Brett Gurwitz, the guitar player, and Jay Bentley, the bass player, who are two original members and still play today in Bad Religion. They were officially created in 1980 in the San Fernando Valley, but after a couple years in 1985, they disbanded, only releasing 2 EPs. But a year later, after the break, they came back to release their first album, Suffer. Living in the San Fernando Valley, Bad Religion was able to make a name for themselves in Los Angeles for being different, for having a different style than all these rowdy punk bands. And growing up with the popularity of Bad Religion, Greg and Brett Gurwitz was able to create the record label Epitaph Records. Greg is currently the co-owner, while Brett Gurwitz is the owner of Epitaph Records. And Epitaph Records is up there with many labels like Dr. Strange Records and Fat Wreck Chords. And the cool thing about Epitaph Records is that they signed bands like Alkaline Trio, Bring Me the Horizon, and Dropkick Murphys, and was able to give them a platform and so many other bands exposure to the punk scenes to help them grow. Growing up, Greg was not only known for being the frontman of Bad Religion, but he was also known for being a scholar. Greg Graffin graduated from El Camino High School, where he met 2 of the longest members of Bad Religion, right? But Greg also attended UCLA and Cornell University, where, according to the San Diego Union Tribune.com, Graffin received a master's in zoology from UCLA and a PhD in biology from Cornell University. The cool thing about it is that he's not the only frontman with a degree. The Offspring frontman Dexter Holland has a BS degree in biology, while the frontman of Descendants, Milo J. Erkman, has a bachelor's degree in biology. All these people having these biology degrees just gave them a fallback just in case they never took off, because punk was never really that big of a genre like metal or regular rock. And the cool thing about it, with the PhD that Greg had, he went back to teach biology in Cornell University. One of the points that he taught was the comparison of music and science. And because Bad Religion talked about politics, science, and philosophies in their songs. And while he was lecturing, he said this, and I quote, "If I'm behind a lectern or on stage, I'm trying to provoke people to use and expand their minds a little." And Graffin saying this gives us more meaning, that gives us the idea that there's more meaning behind the music he makes, and shows what he's learned from college and growing up in San Fernando Valley. Greg's life was very eventful, and what he's done for the punk and educational scenes will always be remembered. Today, I've told you about Greg Graffin and his life, how he became successful from making a band at 15 years old to studying and teaching biology. Greg Graffin is currently 57 years old and is still touring with his band, Bad Religion. Greg's legacy will always be remembered as something amazing. How he's helped smaller bands become big with Epithet Records and the students that he taught at Cornell University, and how his band has paved the way for future bands to succeed. But thank you for watching my speech about Greg Graffin. Have a good day.